I agree with that. There's a lot of reasons. Namely, their parents won't do it, so I should be the one to teach them some respect. But anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome to the dumbass stream. I say that for a reason, because before I started this, literally 5 minutes before I started the stream, I was like, hey, I think I'm missing something. And then I realized I'm missing half the games we're going to play today. Which, I mean, really is only Metal Gear Solid 2. And then I realized I should probably pick that out before the stream so that I don't have to look for it during the stream. And I go and I grab the box, or the case of the game, and I open it up, and lo and fucking behold, there's no game in there. So I'm starting to get a bit sweaty, you know, get a bit fucking scared. What the fuck is the Metal Gear Solid HD collection? And I looked through like 18,000 different game cases. I was like ready to look through all of my PS4 games already. And then I saw on my shelf sitting like the goddamn holy relic that it is, the Dark Souls 1 PS3 version. And I'm like, I haven't played that game in ages. No way it's fucking in there. But you know what? I am a dumbass. I'm fucking stupid. Who knows? Maybe I put it in there by accident. But then, you know, I figured then I would have found Dark Souls 1, the CD, in another case. I was like, fuck it. I'll check anyway. And I open it up. And what fucking almost falls into my face out of that, the Dark Souls 1 PS3 version case, clearly, it is Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. I don't know how it got in there. I don't remember putting it in there. Frankly, I do tend to do that, like put one game into another case, but usually same day I will fix that. And I didn't. I just said, fuck it. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection and Dark Souls 1, they're good enough to be in the same case. And they are. Don't get me wrong, they are, but I was scared for a second that we weren't going to be able to play Metal Gear Solid 1. It's my own fault for having like 18,000 copies of Dark Souls 1, because I have PS3, I have the PS4 remaster, I have it like physically, the Prepare to Die edition physically for PC, where like you need Windows Live to actually be able to save the game. Imagine that. You need Windows Live to save the game. That copy is virtually useless, because Windows Live does not exist anymore, meaning I cannot save the game. It's been dead for a long time. So I don't know, I feel like that's probably like a priceless relic or something. I should sell that on eBay and get rich. Some collector would pay for it, I'm sure. Probably not. Why I don't believe in gamers? This is horrible. This is horrible. Listen, I'm not here to be discriminated against like that. But anyway, you have a physical copy of Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition for PC that has games for Windows Live. What do you do with that? Like, realistically, what do you do with that nowadays? Eat it? I don't think the nutritional value is that high, Tidor. But also, welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody, mind you. But my God, it was crazy. It was like a whole episode. Bonjour. I don't think that's how you write. Sorry, bonjour. I don't think that Zach. Listen, I don't speak French, but like, Bone drawer. Bone juice. Anyway. Yesterday I thought we would be able to actually beat this game, but I did not. Which is fucking bullshit. Hold on, I have to arrange the game window properly. But yeah, no, it was a whole episode. It was like, I was like, whoa, the hell? Where is the game? But anyway, who'd have thought Fab was wrong? I know, right? That never happens. That is completely new. Also, sorry for drinking, but I literally just woke up, and I need to drink an energy drink to actually get to full energy. Anyway, Emma Sky. What? They're mine. Sorry, Emma. Why? Why didn't you tell me? Good question. Why didn't I tell you? Because this is anime. Oh, you're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. Yeah, the power armor. It's pretty insane. Big orange fuck, man. This girl really did shove the prosecutor marshal to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky. You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. Let's see. One thing, I started Project X Zone 2 yesterday. Kind of forgot that I bought that 4 years ago and never played it. I still have my sealed copy of PC version GTA Vice City. He forced Emma to don the power armor. I like that we switch back and forth from the power armor being this entity that controls people, except Gant, who is strong enough to control the power armor. This is Phoenix Wright lore that I didn't expect we would be getting into. But that I like it. Don't get me wrong, that's good. I like it. It's fine. My thing is that you didn't know that Phoenix is in that game, so it kind of fits. I mean, yeah. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? I'll have your ass, Righto. On a silver platter. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? Contradiction? What is that fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, a piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. What? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, look at it. There's blood all over him. But if Emma really pushed him, then there will be blood on that piece of cloth too.
Take that!
And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth... Wait. There's no blood on it. Oh, sorry. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. Most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. I'm not gonna scream like that, there's people around. It's finally all over. I fucking knew it, god damn it. Oh, that was close, Wright. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. It isn't. Because he approved of it earlier. This man is mega guilty, even if he was let off the hook, he couldn't go back to work. Pretty much. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, all right here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. It's relevant to the trial, so it's legal. Well, also, it wasn't evidence yet. It wasn't accepted by, because earlier we learned that all evidence has to be approved by the chief of police. Or at least it has to be approved by the police. And Gant is the one who said that present it, therefore it was fucking... You know what I'm getting at. It could also be relevant to the case to be legal. That's true. That's true. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Did you actually think you could bash me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. It doesn't exactly have to be approved. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true. Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright. It seems at last time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I did not. I didn't do it. It's bullshit. You love how I admitted to do it, but it's just like, yeah, no, it's illegal evidence. I admit I refused to present it at one point. So the evidence is illegal.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present the evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean, you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
Objection!
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. I fucking can, bitch.
Take that!
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Okay, I thought that was rule number 2. Alright. I murdered a man, but, like, you can't prove it, Lamau. So they could theoretically say this was his confession. Pretty much, yeah. There's a chicken wearing a hat. Yes. Look at this picture, Your Honor. Isn't that chicken fucking adorable? I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Objection!
Sorry, but can you recall, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, the piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you. Oh, Jesus Christ. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding. That's the wrong voice, isn't it? Isn't that Von Karma's voice I'm doing right now? Well, anyway. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate this case. He recruited Angel Starr. Then convinced Bruce Goodman, Detective Goodman. Yeah, that's right. If evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? You please reopen the investigation, Chief. Can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence book and, as he was taking out the evidence, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. The accursed knife. Oh shit. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has a start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Good. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did, if the truth came out. She took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, he left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes rather than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. Shit. Bitch, because there are no chairs. How am I supposed to beat the fuck out of my table when I'm sitting? That's good. That's good shit. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. Objection, I want to raise to buy a chair for court. Just a personal chair. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go... What? Try to go it alone? I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but alright. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Haji. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator, and an example to others on the force. Sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Objection, only the judge can have chairs. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant to help me forge evidence, up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I did a lot of crazy shit these past 2 years. It's gonna be a while. It's fucking Lord of the Rings. All 3 books. That's how much shit I've been doing. Can you believe this? I bet you can't. A lot of kinky shit too. But I know that's a different chapter. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? Years from now, you just might make it to the top. Aww. What's going to become of the power armor? Well, Phoenix is the rightful owner now, I think. I am sure that's how that works, right? Family heirloom? I owe you, Mr. Wright. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Sorry. Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. Fucking Edgeworth. Still pretending to be a cool boy. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky. Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder. However, although the Chief blackmailed, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's nothing, Baka. It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial has gone on for far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky. We did it, boys. DLC 2, Lana's second trial for her other shit, starting now, and it's 7 times as long as this one. That is all. This court is adjourned. It's like 7 hours long, and it's just all the shit that she had to do. Exactly. Like, give souls to the power armor. Crazy. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? Sorry your sister didn't come completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. Well, by the way, right, I may not have committed that murder, but I've done a lot of other things for Gant. And eventually the Blue Badger. Oh god, no. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Because you fucking suck. I mean, no, that's me. That's not true. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? They really just reused this fucking scene like 3 times. You're really doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making the detective run around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Oh shit. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Wait, I thought he wasn't a detective anymore. It's fine now? Okay. I guess his... He got his job back after again got found out. That was quick. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. You can't get rid of Gummy? Obviously not. It was the first time in my life that I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. Now, I realized that I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. Gumshoe was probably watching the trial, so it was simple to tell him you got your badge back, you shithead. That's true. I knew how much I was hurting myself. I was hurting you by distancing myself. Yeah, just hit it at him. Like, fucking, alright, take it. God damn it. Well, at least we're gonna keep having good coffee with him around. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. Hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis. I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Aw. They're all happy. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. Phoenix, don't get fucking philosophical with me. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least, that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe? Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. So you spoke it out loud? Yeah, that's true. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Like a fucking schoolboy. He was like hiding behind one of the pillars. Where was he hiding? I just came to say, congratulations. I'm not here, you can't see me. He was behind the plant. But that's not a good hiding spot. That plant doesn't have a cravat. You can't do that. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. But it is also behind the character portrait so no one would see him. Well then how did Lana just see him? Is that the power that the power armor gives you? Clairvoyant, just seeing? It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it all alone. Edgeworth's power armor is just his cravat. She just has edgy sense. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. And it's why I'll become a defense attorney. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, who is dead, by the way, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. I would have jumped over the table and beat the shit out of you. He's gonna become the judge. I don't know about that one. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. Because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Yeah, the evidence list, right? Because those are two halves of a whole.
Take that!
That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore our missed picture. The blue fucking badger. It didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. My gay feelings for Phoenix are rising up again. I can't handle it. Mr. Edgeworth, you'll excuse me. There's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. I need to go hug my Phoenix Wright Dakimakura. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe my thanks too, right? What I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I want the halberd part of my trophy back now. Well, to be fair, he never got the halberd part of the trophy. He only got the shield. I'd better get going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. Seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation. Look, that chick also has a hat on. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. She just gives Phoenix a defense attorney book. Like, here, you probably can use this. And so, another case comes to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Give the Judgment for Dummies book. Yeah, you could actually use that, though. That's the sad part. Lana's really fucking hot. Not as good as Mia, though. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go tricking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Ah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill. God damn it. Huh? Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Objection!
There it goes. Fucking hell, dude. That was a very, very long DLC. Jesus Christ. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner? Jesus. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. And I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Aw. That's nice. Ah, fucking hell, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to say, that was great, don't get me wrong. But, this DLC, in my opinion, had some pretty... yikes. I thought I was gone for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show. Can't shake me off that easily. I do think there was a bit much. I already said this yesterday, but that one part of the investigation where we like spent I don't know how long just walking around, and then we ended up having to do some bullshit. There was kind of a lot of, I mean, maybe not so much in the second investigation. But it's still, there were a few things like that weren't exactly great, but overall, I think fucking fantastic DLC. Stop, you dickhead. I didn't expect it to be this long, though. Like, Jesus Christ, that was what? That was like over 8 hours long? Yeah, a very long DLC. I like that, though. That's good. That's good. Made it worth playing. Or rather, made it worth buying for... Oh, God, no. Wait, is he gonna start speaking? Dear God, no. Yes! He's been vanquished. The demon has been killed. Thank God, Jesus Christ. It was fucking horrible. Hey, look, he's in jail. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a... What? The star managed to sneak this into me. Just seen one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. You make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Oh, it means the cacti. That was a lot of fun, though. I really enjoyed this game overall. Thankfully, not too much bullshit. Billy is a very thirsty boy. The right way lunch. Tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. That's an honor. Getting a food named after you by a big titty lady. You're gonna eat it backwards? Fuck you, Sack. Brandon Gay! Hell yeah! Brandon Gay. How are you gonna be named like that? Mr. Left. Oh, hey, look, we get to see the chair of the fucking judge. I'm looking forward to playing the other two games, by the way. That's gonna be something that is gonna be real cool, I think. Oh, look, it's her. Ah, nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya afternoon training is about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. My sister's still dead. Is the judge ever a defendant? I mean, not in this game. I don't know about any of the other ones. That will be funny though. The most flimsy testimony ever. The spirit medium, so I mean in a way, being dead isn't so bad. I guess. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. I brought you your tea. What's going on? Oh, did he actually resign? Man. So it's always murder cases with Phoenix Wright, right? Always? That's what I figured. Edgeworth left, which is why Franziska takes over for Injustice for All. Oh, that's right. So is Edgeworth just gone forever? I mean, I guess we'll see it and comes back, don't worry. Alright, cool. Let's take the train from California to Europe. Yeah, that doesn't make sense either way you look at it. Well, she might be taking the train to the you know, to the airport. I didn't open up the book. Didn't I? Is that a picture of Lana and Emma? Alright, well there it is. So how exactly, by the way, do I switch? Ah, there we go. So Justice for All is the second one, right? And then Trials and Tribulations is the third one. Alright. Anyway, I think that's going to be about it for Phoenix Wright. A lot of fun, great game, and we're definitely playing the rest of the trilogy. But yeah, to those of you watching on YouTube, since the video is gonna end, thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun in this playthrough. And now we shall switch over to Metal Gear Solid 2.